Oh shoot! Has it always been on this screen? Oh no! Huh. Whoops. Sorry about that. Anyways, Yobos, Wii2PLAY, the Printer Bushworks of YouTube. Welcome! Again! To Pokemon Scarlet Violet. This is like the 4th stream I have made for this game in a row! I'm hoping I can change that at some point. It's not just about Pokemon, okay? I'm not just playing Pokemon. There are stuff I'm playing. Anyways, there's a friend here. There is no music. Is that my fault? That's probably my fault. That's probably my silly little thing I was doing earlier. No? It says there's supposed to be music. Wow, okay. Let me just test that for a moment. There it is. Why does this always sound a lot quieter compared to whatever music I decide I'm gonna put up through YouTube? That's annoying. That's mega annoying. There used to be a time when I didn't even have to worry about volume control. I had my flip video camera out and it would always be too loud, but that would always be the volume. Alright, so let me try to get back to what I was saying. It is someone's special birthday today. Someone that you probably heard me talk about several dozen times on this channel. A certain someone that has a certain Emily, that is a certain Gudra, and I don't know where I'm going with all this. Except for the fact that I am trying to get another shiny Pokemon. Because I got nothing better to do with my life. Now, here's the thing. I purposely kept saying until I could get some other Pokemon of my choosing to show up on one of these maps. At one point, I thought maybe I would try to chance it with the Feebas. It was right here. Trust me, it was. But that just did not come out to be. Now, preferably, what I want to get is a shiny Gudra. But when Dratini showed up, I just couldn't help myself. I kinda had to try to see if I could get shiny Dratini. And I haven't. But I am going to, try to change that, first off, by giving myself the best possible odds possible. What? For some reason I thought that was Ursaluna. I don't know why. So, I'm going to do a picnic, and then I'm going to question whether or not anyone cares. Give me a sec. Oh wait, it's not on here. Shoot, where's my other phone? I have 2 different phones now. It's important I try to find, by the way, that's a shiny Nietzsche, whatever it's called. Probably butchered that name, more than likely. Is it in my bedroom? Can I be more unprepared? I haven't even talked about the fact that I had a completely different plan today of a video I was gonna upload. And no, it's not the one that I just uploaded, but that is part of the plan as well. Give me a sec. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness it was close by. Okay, so I have not been exactly the most social. One of the challenges that I'm giving myself this year may have something to do with it. So give me a sec. Who the heck is that? Give me a sec. Streaming in honor of Adrian's birthday. Yes, I'm talking about Adrian or Arthur. Would love if you could join it. Oh, cool, it's Fletch too. Okay, give me a sec. I'm pretty sure I said I needed a sec earlier. Well, at least I got some response. Let's see. Go over here. I think I need to go to my channel directly. There it is. Share. Copy link. Click. Oops, wrong button. Click, and there we go. Ow! Alright, very cool. Okay, so I need to make myself a dragon sandwich. In fact, okay, I think I have it on this phone. Need to make sure I have the right recipe. Because I want... what was it called? Sparkling? Something like that. I will probably say in this document I'm trying to pull up right now because I'm a very professional YouTuber, don't worry about it. Good gravy, there's a lot of stuff here. I need to clean that up again, I guess. Nope. Okay, here we go. Dragon. Oh, of course it's avocado. I've only been trying to get freaking... I'll remember the name. Roaring Moon. I've been trying to get a shining Roaring Moon for way too long. So I've practically memorized some of this. We need... wrong one. 1 tomato. 1 onion. Green pepper. Hamburger. And 2 avocados, as well as what I have left of Herba Mystica. So we'll take 2 bitters, 1 fiery pick, just for luck. Now I just gotta combine all those ingredients together. If there's an easier way to do this, please let me know. I'm following a description that was like from years ago, so I do not believe, especially after watching Shiny Catherine's various videos, that I have the best ingredients to do this, aka the one that has the least amount of ingredients. So I think I only needed 1 tofu or something like that. I'm not sure how that works. I haven't not looked that up yet. Let's see. Unfortunately, the birthday boy I'm trying to get to show up is nowhere to be found. He might be celebrating his birthday. I mean, I guess that would make sense. Getting presents, having cake, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, I have this stupid sandwich. But I guess I'll share it with my Pokemon. They'd like it more than I would. So, the goal is to try to get a shiny Goomy. Or Slicko. That's the goal. Secondary goal is for me to try to get a shiny Dratini. But I would like to keep said shiny Dratini. So there's no guarantees any of that's gonna happen, actually. But if I get through this sandwich in 30 minutes and I have not encountered any of the stuff I want, then I'm going to reset the game. Now, I only have so much time to do all of this. I don't want to just focus on the Dratinis here, even though I really would like to. Because the first thing I had thought about trying to get was a shiny Goomy, so I could evolve it into a Goodra. I think that would be the best way to not only celebrate... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Not only the best way to celebrate Adrian's birthday, but also a fitting way to end the Year of the Dragon before the Year of the Snake begins tomorrow. At least that was my plan. We'll see how well that works. I'm being really indecisive right now. So there are a lot of Goomy spawns here. And some Dratini ones if I go to the waters. As well as Tsuguri. You know, the shrimp Pokemon. But I'm not good at figuring out which ones are shiny. If I see a white one... yeah, that one's shiny for sure. But the other two I haven't really locked on, exactly what their shiny looks like. So there's a very big possibility I might pass a shiny Tsuguri. The other thing is, I just want to get... Wow, I was a little lost there for a second. I want to get a shiny Goomy. I'm not looking for anything else. I am in the wrong place. Give me a sec. It's okay. I'm gonna figure this out. Then I'm gonna get through another stream. Oh, there's a Golduck here. Cool. I don't want one. I don't need one. I already mentioned this on my Twitter and X profile, but I already caught a shiny Golduck, so I don't need any more. It's not helpful to me. We are looking for a golden slug. Very yellow with purple cheeks and spots on its body. If we can get that, then I'll be successful. So, I wanted to technically do a stream What? No, tomorrow. I wanted to do a stream tomorrow. Which would have to do with the Chinese New Year. When I found out that I forgot about Adrian's birthday, because I found a post through Twin X about that, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta do something completely different. I gotta change up my strategy here. I cannot stay and will not stay that long on this stream. I had completely different plans that I was devoted to doing. One of which has to do with me going out to run some errands and take care of a few things. And then the other thing was me inviting Coen Bros so I can make more silly little Donkey Kong Country Return stuff. As well as work on some other videos that I have been kind of holding back on. And also watch some stuff on TV with him. So I had already set that up ahead. And I'm not going to change that. So I have only a few hours to make this happen. It takes 30 minutes for me to run out of my sandwich power, my active meal powers. So I guesstimate that I only have about 4 to 5 cycles that I can continue to do this for. Until I just have to stop. So I really want to make this happen. Okay, I'm not gonna go down there because I don't think there are many Goomy spawns that happen in that section. Tsuguri again. Don't want that at the moment. I can't say whether or not Adrian has a preference for Tsuguri. I do. I like Tsuguri. I just wish it had an evolution. But it is a very fun and cute Pokemon that maybe one day I will get a plush of so I can include it with this list. Actually, funny thing, there are a lot of different... Oh, I just remembered one. There's a lot of different snake-like Pokemon that I like. But I barely have many plushes of the serpent. Yay! Adrian's here! Hello! Hi! Happy birthday! I am looking for a shiny Goomy that I will add in my shiny per day thing I'm doing. So that is the goal. I also want to get myself a shiny Dragonair. If I go over here, there is a spawn that I basically got the game to create, but I have not been having much luck with that. I'm using a Sparkling Power Dragon Level 3 Encounter Dragon Level 3 sandwich, so I can have the max odds of encountering not only tons of Dragon-type Pokemon, but hopefully a shiny. Again, I'm going for shiny Goomy. Late birthday? Oh my gosh. It was yesterday. No! I saw a post yesterday and I thought that... Oh, I'm so sad. Oh my gosh. If I'd known that, I would have done some things differently. I guess I could take a break to show this. This is also not on your birthday, but, I lucked out. I gotta clear some stuff out. I lucked out and found a shiny Dragonite. On the 26th, I believe. I could double check that. I was just trying to see if maybe I could get a shiny Pidgey or if some other Pokemon would show up, and boom! Shiny Dragonite! First time I've ever gotten it. So, very happy about that. It is a female. I was kind of hoping it was male, but... Shiny female Dragonite. Now, I'm trying to remember what Pokemon I caught yesterday that was a shiny. It was on Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dragon type, so... bummers for me. What was it? Like... I think I was trying to get Shiny Spearow. Oh, it was Rattata. I caught Shiny Rattata on your birthday. Feels bad. I'm glad my shiny powers awakened for you to get one, and a shiny girl too, yes! It still wasn't on your birthday, unfortunately. It was the day before, if I remember right. But I am very happy to have her. And just to make up for all of this, you can give her a nickname. And then we can go and nickname her whatever you want once I am done with the majority of this stream. Again, I would really like to get myself my shiny Dragonair already. The only shiny Dragonairs I've ever been able to get are on Pokemon Go. And while it would be easy for me to transfer a shiny Dratini from Pokemon Go to this game and then evolve it, I want to find one of my own here. Shiny Dragonite you got on your birthdays? On my birthday party, so it counts. So, did you have your birthday a day before your birthday? Because I need to look back at, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee to be sure of this. But I'm pretty sure I caught that shiny Dragonite on the 26th. And you said your birthday was yesterday, which would be the 27th. Unless I'm completely off. I'm not on your timeline, so that would probably explain a few things. But I would need to look back to see exactly when I caught her. So, for me, tomorrow is supposed to be Chinese New Year. That's when I was going to try to get a shiny Dratini. Technically, I was going to try to go for a shiny Snivy, but I caught one way earlier during the event on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where they had a bunch of snake Pokemon that you could get. Silicobra, Viper, and Ekans. You can find shinies of them, so I spent a whole stream getting a shiny of each of them, and then I barely lucked out and got a shiny Snivy at the very end. So I decided after that I was going to try to get shiny Dratini tomorrow during Chinese New Year. But because I thought today was your birthday, I would move that to today, and I was off, obviously. But hey, it all worked out in one way or another. I'm not getting any good odds with the Goomy line. Oh, there's some Goomies and Sligoos down there too. So I might just fly above the water and see if any shiny Dratinis or Dragonairs show up this way. Or the frames dip. Birthday was on the 27th, so yeah, that was yesterday. Decided to make the birthday party on the 26th to not make it on Monday, when everyone was exhausted and wanted my birthday to be a me day. Nice! Hold on. Oops, wrong button. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Hope there isn't a shiny Pokemon I missed while I was doing that. Okay, got it. Well, a happy belated birthday, Adrian. Sorry I didn't really do anything that day. To be... Not that I'm trying to make excuses, but to be kind of fair, I was pretty distracted, and as I had mentioned on Twitter, very not having a much great day. I don't know if I want to go over every single reason why, though, but let's just say when I couldn't even download a simple MP3 to my computer, that's when I knew things were just gonna go wrong. And they certainly did. I had tried to record a video for Wii Party U, and first I couldn't even get the Wii remote to function correctly. And then in the middle of Wii Party U, I ended up spinning and unplugging my entire unit, so I lost all the progress I was doing. I just decided right then and there, I'm just gonna stop the video. Then, I haven't really talked to too many people about this, but I decided to do something, once again, kinda crazy. That's just me. And I wanted to try to get a shiny Kangaskhan. Not for the shiny per day, but just to say that I could finally get one, because Kangaskhan is probably one of the hardest Pokemon to find. Pokemon Go, forget it. It is not native in North America. If you get a Kangaskhan to even show up on Pokemon Go, it's because there's some special event happening. Like, for example, the Kanto tour that happened years ago. That's the only time Kangaskhan shows up. I was hoping now that there are Mega Pokemon in Pokemon Go, but that was also years ago, because now we got Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon, which... oh, I'll talk about that some other day. But now that we also are able to Mega Evolve Pokemon, I'd really hoped that Kangaskhan would show up more often because Mega Kangaskhan. But that's not the case. It is hard to encounter Kangaskhan on Pokemon X and Y, and I had to erase my game, so that doesn't even matter to me. So the only way I'm possibly going to get shiny Kangaskhan is through Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. That's the only way. I caught 31 different Kangaskhan's using Ultra Balls and the Max Lure and tons of golden raspberries. I had like 200 at one point, and I almost went down to 2 digits. But it didn't even matter because I needed to bring my Pokemon to Pokemon Home, and Pokemon Home was doing maintenance, so I couldn't bring my Pokemon to Pokemon Home for a while. So before it was midnight, I just opted out of that Kangaskhan thing. Did not save by the time I got 31 Kangaskhan's, and I moved my Pokemon to Pokemon Home, and that's my silly little story. My point is, I spent quite a while trying to see if maybe I could get a shiny Kangaskhan to show up, and the only thing I got to show up was a shiny Golbat. And yes, I could have caught it, but just trying to catch 31 Kangaskhan was a pain. So I told myself, I am not going to catch a single other shiny Pokemon unless it's shiny Kangaskhan. Not exactly the smartest of things to do if I just want any shiny at this point. But I felt like it was a necessary evil, just so I could get this elusive shiny Pokemon that's not even a legendary. And it didn't work. But one day I'm gonna try to do it again, so... persistence, perseverance, and a little stupidity. I will do it again. But hey, I've almost gotten through a whole month of trying to get a shiny every single day. So that's already an accomplishment. It's kind of crazy I'm doing something like that, because there was a time when I thought I would never ever get hardly any shiny Pokemon. But, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have been pretty darn nice with some of these later games, where the odds are way better than they used to be. I was fortunate just to get a few shinies in Pokemon Black 2. That was the first time a shiny charm was even introduced to the series. And somehow I was able to get a few different shiny Pokemon because of that. Including Blitz and Daints, the Tepig and Charizard. I also got a shiny Crocodile, which I no, a shiny Krokorok that I evolved into a shiny Crocodile that I almost gave away to my sister. So that would have been one of the few Pokemon, like the shiny Rockruff and the shiny... I'm trying to think of too many things right now. The perfume Pokemon, whatever that's called. It's not Aromatisse, it's the other one, Spritzy. I sacrificed a shiny Spritzy and a shiny Rockruff to Planet Shy Guy and Galaxy Wisp, and I will never get them back again. So, also shiny Magikarp. On the lesser degree, I sacrificed the shiny Magikarp to someone that almost sent me a Pokemon that could have got me banned. So that was fun. But I'm being way more lenient about what shiny Pokemon that I just give away. Unless I've caught that shiny Pokemon already. Maybe multiple times. I don't think I'm gonna do what I did earlier. Anyways, Adrian said something. Speaking of shiny Pokemon, currently doing Pokemon Scarlet Nuzlocke on Christmas, literally before I could go to the first gym. Shiny Hoppip. Congratulations! What game were you playing? I forgot. Oh, Scarlet, duh. I mean, I found a shiny Lechonk before I even got to, the Academy. So, that was crazy. That wouldn't have happened, though, if I didn't have tech problems. So, I can thank my Joy-Con dying and me using the wrong mic for that shiny Lechonk. Didn't help my Let's Play much, but I am very happy that I got to add Le Babe! Le Babe is with me. She got to join me for my entire game. 14 shiny Pokemon? Jeez, man. You did send me a question on Twitter that I didn't get to ask, and I want to maybe go to Discord to find this out. The majority were full odds. Wow. I did want to learn about all the different shiny Pokemon you did get, and how far you've gotten on your Nuzlocke. But I have been busy and distracted, and I guess just antisocial, because I'm just sometimes stuck in my own head about things. But I did want to go to Discord at some point and ask you about all of that when I had the time. In fact, I'm just gonna say this to everyone watching. I want to do more on Discord. Something I may or may have not hinted towards at some point. I just haven't been able to do that because certain milestones haven't been reached. Hint, hint. But I will say this much. At the very latest, it will happen on my birthday. At the very latest, that is my deadline. You're planning to do a Nuzlocke on the DLC? Very cool. You have to let me know how that goes. I want to kind of get the DLC for Pokemon Violet. But I only have so much money. I need to start saving up money for the Switch 2. Let's talk about the Switch 2. What are your thoughts on Nintendo's new unit that they're going to talk more about on April 2nd? What are your thoughts on that? Is there much to think about? Because the only thing we know is a certainty is that we're going to get some new Mario Kart game. But I believe there are certain Nintendo Switch projects that we don't know the release date for or are going to get announced very soon that I'm sure are going to be available for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm sure of it. And I hope on Pokemon Day we hear about one of those projects. I'm sure you know which one. I just want to see a trailer for the game, honestly. I just want to see a single trailer showing gameplay off for Pokemon Legends Z-A. Adrian says it's awesome. I gotta save up money for both the Nintendo Switch 2 and Legends Z-A. At least with Z-A, we know it's gonna be $60. We don't know what the cost is going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2. I guesstimate that it's gonna be like maybe... Okay, this is just a guess. And the only reason I say this is just because I noticed this trend with the Nintendo Switch. But I think the console itself is going to be $250. That seems low, but let me explain this. I think they want to try to sell the console at a reasonable price so they can sell more. But I think accessories and maybe even the games themselves are going to be more expensive. I really hope we don't get $70 video games from AAA titles. But I'm pretty sure the accessories are going to be, well, more costly, including brand new Joy-Cons that hopefully continue to bring the joy by not including Joy-Con drift. We'll just have to see what happens in that front. But I believe that the accessories will be sold to be more expensive than the console itself. Maybe it could be like $300, $350, but I'm leaning on $250. I really hope it's $250. I'll pay whatever they tell me to, as long as it's not a $700 PS5 Pro that doesn't even look that good. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine. I do not believe Nintendo's gonna sell their console for anything above $500. Let alone $400. That's my belief. But maybe someone will leak the price for the unit as well, because life ain't fair sometimes. We'll just have to see what happens. My active meal is almost expired. Rip the dream. No shiny Goomies at all. I am sad. And I don't know what else I could do to increase my odds. I think I'm gonna do a quick flyby. You think it'll be 400? Yeah, it could definitely be 400. Even though I said 250 earlier. But we'll just have to see what Nintendo decides on. Anyways, flyby over the lake. See if we see any pink dragons show up. And then I will head back to where the Dratini outbreak is, and then I'll see if maybe I luck out and get a shiny there. It'll be cheaper than the PS5 and Xbox, but still. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna sell it at the same price point as the PS5 Pro. By the way, Sony, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I'm not saying I don't support your, systems, but $700 for a unit that's just basically a better version of the same unit? No, 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 no. You need to make better choices than that. There's a lot of things I've been hearing about in the video game industry that's not great. I'll just mention one of them that, possibly applies to me. We are no longer going to get a sequel to... Don't say Undertale, don't say Undertale, don't say Undertale, don't say Undertale. Oh my gosh, what is it called? The strawberry one. The one where you climb a mountain. Why am I forgetting what it's called? Celeste. We are no longer gonna get a sequel to Celeste. I didn't even know a sequel was in the works, but... unfortunately, now I do. And that is unfortunate for sure. I still need to finish playing Celeste. Hollow Knight? Good old Silk Song. As far as I know, that's still possible. I'm not following the news for that. Right now I'm trying to decide whether or not Gex trilogy has been canceled because of Agent Extra. Enough said. But I don't know if Silk Song is still in the works for Hollow Knight. You would think it would be, but no clue. And it's not something I'm trying to look into, necessarily. Well, I'm gonna have to reset the game. But first, let me see if I could get Shiny Dratini so I can waste 2 Herba Mysticas that I can barely get a hold of. Most of the Herba Mysticas I was getting was when I was trying to get Shiny Gimmighoul. When I came across a 5-star one, there was a chance I could get 1 to 2 Herba Mysticas. So, that's the majority of how I've been able to get that. But... now that I have opted out of that event, I do not know if I have the battle skills of Pokemon capable for being able to defeat these. They're probably not even 5-star, they're probably 7-star raids. I've never been a single 7-star raid ever. So, I'm not looking forward to trying to grind out Herba Mystica. I've never been looking forward to that. It was hard enough trying to grind out Terra Shards. But now those are so easy that I can just get them nearly every single time I use the item printer in the Scarlet and Violet Indigo Disc DLC. Well, no Shiny Dratini. Also, sorry about that viewpoint. Gonna have to reset the game. Dang. So I'm trying to think, what else could I do? I have the, when I say that, I mean multitasking. I have my Nintendo Switch Lite, but I haven't finished beating the game for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, plus I don't have the Shiny Charm. So, even if I try to catch, like... I'm just taking a guess here. try to catch 31 Dratinis, there's a very good chance I won't even get a single shiny Pokemon to show up. It's very much RNG whether or not a shiny Pokemon can even show up in that method anyways. I've spent hours just waiting for a single shiny Pokemon. I could maybe... Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I know that I can get Dratini to show up rarely on Pokemon Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. So, I am going to fire up one of my units, and I'm going to try to get a shiny Dratini to show up that way. If there's anything else you'd like me to try to do, Adrian, let me know. I'm going to say this right now. Last birthday, I really... Why is it Alpha Sapphire? I don't want Alpha Sapphire. I really wanted to get... Not get anything. I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts for you. I wanted to go back to playing Kingdom Hearts. What is going on? Okay. I thought I was in the middle of a game. I forgot I was on the home screen. Alright, firing up Pokemon Ultra Moon. I'm gonna put my phones to the side. I'm too close to that guy. And we will try this again with the picnic. Oops. Creative mode. Tomato. Onion. Pepper. 2 avocados. And hamburger. Bitter, no, 2, only 2. I don't have, let's see. Let's go with the Sunrise Flower pick because it's like the same color as Dratini. Maybe I should have gone with the yellow flower just for, Gumi. Maybe I could do that next time. It really doesn't change the odds of me finding any of them. Glad the textures are working. Oh, I should put the green peppers on first. Okay, let me back up. Because the flatter the ingredients are, the better odds they'll just stay on the sandwich. If I have a bunch of different movable ingredients on top of each other, it's way more easily those ingredients will shift around and fall off the sandwich. And if a single ingredient falls off the sandwich, then the recipe's ruined. You gotta start over again, because you're not gonna get the thing that you were trying to get. Also, if you're trying to stack ingredients, maybe don't even use the top of the bun. It still works this way. It looks cruddy, but it still works. Putting the top of the bun on also shifts the ingredients. So, I learned that through Shiny Catherine, a YouTuber I've been watching more, who I appreciate. Another person who doesn't personally know me. And I don't think I've said a few things in her chat room that she may have commented on. But it doesn't happen too often. I also don't want to come off as being weird. Like, I don't want to say exactly what I'm thinking right now, but I'm trying to be respectful. I think that's what I'm trying to clarify right now. I'm trying to be respectful. I just like her content. Anyways, back to this, although I am getting a little distracted. Let me try to set this up first, because I need to fly in. I need to go to the right location first off. Oh no. Don't tell me I haven't done that yet. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I don't think I can get Shiny Dratini. And here's the reason. I am not able to get to the Cherry Grove Forest, which means, if I have figured this out correctly, if I go to the location where Dratini can spawn, I have to do a battle against the two Kalos people. I don't remember their names right now. And it has to be against Mega Pokemon. I don't think I'm set up to actually win that battle because I rushed through the game as quickly as I could. So I'd have to spend time grinding just so I could beat those two people in a battle against their Mega Evolution Pokemon just so I could get to Dratini, and that's just like too much work. That's too much work right now when I'm also trying to wander everywhere, trying to find a shiny Goomy. So we need a plan B. And no, Goomy's not going to be plan B on Ultra Moon because there's less of a chance of Goomy showing up unless the weather is raining. And again, if it's an SOS battle. You know what? I'm gonna look that up for a moment. Is there a place where I can just find Goomies or Sligoos without having to make it rain? I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm not crazy about that, but... Okay, where is the Goomy line? Well, there's Dratini. But I know I'm not going to be able to do that. So. But aside from Goomy, if you're still here, Adrian, what other shiny Pokemon could I relatively go for that might be a little easier to find that you'd like me to catch? It's gotta be within reason, because there's certain Pokemon that show up way less, or they don't do the SOS thing that much. Here we go. Habitat, different island. What? Oh, I'm pressing it wrong. Hold on. Okay, so there are Goomies here. Huh. I'll do that. So, I need to go to Benoya Ranch, I believe. So, let me just get myself to that location. Then I can continue this. The nice thing about being on the home screen is it actually freezes your active meal power time. It's a little trick that you can do. If you need to take a break, you can just go to the home screen and the timer will not tick down unless you're in the game. So that's a very neat trick. place? I might be in the wrong place. Shoot. Also, if you're still here, Adrian, what are your thoughts on Tsugiri? You know, this Pokemon. This cute dragon shrimp thing. It, I feel like could have had an evolution. See, everyone's was talking about Dunsparce having an evolution at some point. Now I'm wanting Tsugiri to get that, so we'll see how long it takes for Game Freak to maybe do something with that. Oh my gosh, I am freaking stuck in the wrong location, and it is slowing me down. I don't want Mareep, I don't want Lillipup, I don't even want a freaking Tauros. Or Miltank. I just want to find Gumi. And I don't think Gumi's here. So let me fly here instead. I'll just take my Tauros. Be distracted. Remember Gumi showing up here, though. I hope they're not talking about SOS battles, because if I'm going to make that happen, I would need to have a Pokemon that could cause Rain Dance. And I'm not sure any of these Pokemon can do that right now. No, they can't. Oh, it's always so complicated. Let me check the Pokédex again. Habitat. Oops. Oh, I am in the wrong place. Oh, shoot. Okay, that makes sense. Does it say? Oh, it's the jungle. Yeah, it is a Pokemon that has to show up in an SOS battle. Dang. Okay. I guess then I will go over here and I will pick one of my many 700 and whatever Pokemon has Rain Dance. Probably Pelipper. What the? I heard a buzzing suddenly. I don't know what that was about. Oh, and I'll grab some points from this guy. The worst part about this is I'm probably not going to get any shiny Pokemon on this thing. So it's just wasted time. But who knows? Maybe I'll luck out. I'd like to believe maybe sometimes I could get a chance. Okay. Oh, there's Pelipper. Drizzle! Yes! Perfect. So I will drag Pelipper here. And I guess drop off my Keldeo for now. I just need to set this up, guys. Once that's done, then I can focus on Pokemon Scarlet again. So I will save. And we'll activate a single Pokemon Bow. Just can't be against a Rangaroo or I wish I would remember what I'm talking about. Passimian. Passimian was the other one. I'd like to ask my audience what happens if I find a shiny Swablu or a Taria. Should I still catch it? Because my goal is either the Gumi line or the Dratini line. I didn't really plan around Swablu, even though that's a Dragon-type Pokemon. So I feel like there's a gray area there. Also, if I'm lucky, maybe I'll find a shiny Tsuguri. Like I said, the only one I know about is the white variant. And I think that is the shiny for the yellow. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's what the case is. But I haven't memorized that. I know there's like a brownish orange one. Kinda looks like chocolate. And then the other one's like orange with stripes. And it's like, how am I supposed to differentiate that from the literal other orange striped one right here? Like that one. So I don't think the stripes are all that easy to see. So I have a better chance of seeing a shiny Tsuguri only if it is the white variant. Well, there she goes. Sorry, sometimes the light blue makes me think it's purple, even though the purple is going to be a lot more vibrant, so it'll show up a lot easier. But sometimes it just tricks my brain. I still need to catch a shiny Pokemon. It doesn't really matter what it is, but my goal is either a Dratini or a Gumi. Or any of the lines. So, Sliggoo, Dragonair also counts. I could just for fun see if I could find another shiny Dragonite, but I think my odds of that are way lower than anything else. But I found a 1% shiny Butterfree one, so maybe. We also talk about how this Titan Pokemon is still here. All these years, I still haven't decided to catch it. I don't know why. I just let that Tsuguri just chill out on this island. I also want to find shiny Dodonzo. I think that's what the Pokemon's called. But I haven't had any luck with that. Be easier to spot than shiny Tsuguri. What Pokemon was that? It's gone, wherever it is. Also, I'm not really doing a good job with the whole find shiny Gumi in Pokemon Ultra Moon thing that I was trying to set up. Oops, think that's too high. Maybe not. I just don't want to go outside the lake area. Because I know none of the Pokemon I'm looking for spawn there. There are Goomies in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But I think I have a worse chance of trying to find a specific shiny Pokemon. Unless it's part of a... Give me a sec. Part of a massive mass outbreak. And there's no guarantee Goomy is going to be part of that. That would take time to manipulate the game to try to set that up for me. So that's not worth it. I have better odds of finding shiny Goomy here than I do any other game. That's why I would like to do that today. Much like that shiny Kangaskhan thing I was mentioning. Once I get a shiny Kangaskhan, because I'm sure that will happen somehow, I would still stick around the game and then try to catch every other Kangaskhan I can that I can afford. Just to see if I can get a strong enough Kangaskhan for something that I really shouldn't do. But in the middle of that, I would try to see if I could find a shiny second Kangaskhan. If I do that, then I will add that to the shiny per day list. Guaranteed. But only after I catch my first shiny Kangaskhan. I'm still low-key trying very slowly to see how much of a shiny dex I can come up with. Because while I have chances to find a lot more shiny Pokemon with some of the gimmicks that they have in these newer games, like, why not? Why not try to build towards a shiny dex? Will I ever complete it? No, probably not. But it would just be nice to see how many shiny Pokemon I could catch overall, and I've already caught a lot. My problem is Pokemon Home is polluted with other Pokemon that I don't want. That... Remember what I was talking about with that whole Pokemon lottery thing? Yeah. I don't need any of those Pokemon other than to have all those various numbers from other traded trainers where maybe, possibly, I could get a Master Ball. I'm still trying to get a Master Ball in Pokemon Nope, wrong one. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, so I can have 3 total, because I already used one on Shiny Mewtwo, but 3 total so I could go after shiny birds, shiny legendary birds. Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, respectfully, in their Cantonian forms. And again, that would not be counted towards the shiny dex. That's me trying to get shiny Pokemon to add to my own collection. I'm not trading those. But I don't want to be in a position where I go after these, try to get a shiny Articuno to show up, and then find out I don't have enough Master Balls, and risk having it run away while I'm trying to catch it. I'm not about that life. I just want to defeat it, throw a Master Ball at it, and boom, done. Shiny Articuno, add to my collection. Give me a sec. What? Where's the... Uh-oh. There it is. Okay. I was looking for the ADRIAN orb so I could get this whole shiny Pokemon thing going. Which is not going well, by the way. Photo HP Restore. Because this is Ultra Moon. Photon Dex has a bunch of new tricks. You know how it is by now. Need to heal up my Mew. That totally is legit, but I'm definitely not going to put it on Pokemon Home for various reasons. That way she's ready to endure a bunch of smacks from Steenie until we can get Goomy to show up. And then hopefully I can get Goomy to summon other Goomies. If not, well, then I'm in trouble. Huh. Is that a combination of... Yeah, it is. That one's pretty small. I'm not gonna catch it because I don't think it's the smallest it can be. I've tricked my brain into thinking that I could find the tiniest Pokemon. At least with Pokemon Legends Arceus, every single alpha Pokemon is considered the largest Pokemon and can be brought to... Not every single Pokemon. Okay, let me try this again. Every Pokemon in Legends Arceus, there's an alpha Pokemon, is considered the largest Pokemon. The biggest that the guy's ever seen. Girl's ever seen. But there's only certain Pokemon that are allowed on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So I'm trying to think of an example of one that you can't bring to this game. And I cannot think. But regardless, if that Pokemon's allowed on the Paldean Dex, you can take any one of those Pokemon that are in Scarlet and Violet, bring them from Legends Arceus to this game, and if they are an alpha Pokemon, they are guaranteed to be the biggest. So I'm just going to focus on catching alpha Pokemon and bringing them to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to get their Hundo badge, or whatever it's called. It's not Hundo. It's more like Humongous. But I have a lot of different things that I'd like to do, but I'm distracted with other things, like trying to get a shiny every single freaking day. But I digress. I do have ideas, and at some point I wish to share some of those ideas more openly, rather than be cryptic about it, depending on who I'm talking to. Because there's some Let's Plays where it's like, I would like to surprise people by playing this game. I don't want to announce what it is ahead of time. I just want to suddenly shadow drop it, and hopefully see people be interested, which has not always been the case. But there's certain things where it's like, if I could talk to someone about this and see how I would go about showcasing something, or if one of my gimmicky ideas is a good idea, that would be good. But I need to set up a group like that with trusted people. Because I know what happens if I just let anyone join. Complete chaos that I cannot control at all. That sometimes just leads me to wanting to not even be involved. Yes, I'm talking about Discord. But if I can get it to be a little bit more controlled, first off, then I think I know some ways where I can improve my channel just by using Discord. One of the things that I feel is absolutely true, and if someone would like to correct me on this, feel free to. I feel like I'd have more interactions with my fan base if I would just talk to them through Discord. I have begged on YouTube many times, especially in live streams, to have some kind of interaction. But I think there's less of a chance of that happening. See all the many examples by just checking out my videos. But I think there's less of a chance of that happening unless I talk to people through Discord and get to know them personally that way. But it needs to be a controlled environment. It can't be something where anyone can join any of my single groups, and B, where I have someone else managing the entire account. I could have some help with that, with trusted people. And no, do not ask to be one of those people. I will decide myself if you're trustworthy enough. Because it's my Discord, not yours. But I lost my train of thought there. Because I had to be anal again. I just said anal. Good job, great. There goes my PG rating again. There's certain groups where I feel like it's only gonna be for certain people. Okay, what I was saying is I want most of the management on Discord to be run by me. Because I've seen what happens if I let someone else control nearly everything. There was just one Discord where someone made so many different groups that it just overwhelmed me. And it's like, no, I can't look through all this. I need to walk away and take time away from it. So then I took time, and I took time, and I took... You know what the story is. I never returned. I never returned back to micromanaging those groups. It was just too much for me. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. If and when I continue Discord again. And again, I'm waiting for a certain milestone that I probably have mentioned at least twice this month. But if that doesn't happen, I guarantee it'll happen on my birthday. I just need to actually go and do the work. And I haven't done any work yet, so... It's just me being lazy again. Very professional YouTuber and all that. Oops, wrong button. Okay, I still got some time, but... Jeez, I'm not getting great odds with this whole shiny thing. It's possible I might not go for a shiny Dratini until tomorrow. And even though I hinted towards doing a stream, I probably just won't end up doing that because I'm doing this stream. That could change at some point anytime, but I just feel like one stream of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in a week is more than enough. I want to start streaming other games besides Pokemon. Nothing against Pokemon, because trust me, I'm playing it every single freaking day. But there are other stuff that I want to either continue or just return to just for the fun of it. I'll just say this much. Even though Weekend Wave is still on the rocks, I want to bring back a concept called Saturdays. D-A-Z-E. Because that's just a time when I can just record anything I want to, just for the fun of it. And while I could do that on my Wii2Stream account, because yes, I have multiple accounts. I've only been trying to get people to pay attention to that for years now. Even though I could do Saturdays on Wii2Stream, I just wouldn't have any interactions. Hardly anything. Although it also depends on what game I play. But for the most part, I do not guarantee that I would have anyone to talk to. The most interaction I got the last time I streamed was someone, calling me a name. And I don't want to say anything more about it. It wasn't that atrocious, but it was still disrespectful. I just did not even respond to that person. I just pretended I didn't even see the message. 'Cause I do not like cyberbullying at all. And I feel like I have been targeted with that more than I wish to admit. You already know one of the people if you know the history of my channel. That's all I'm gonna say on that part. But going back to Discord again, I feel like the only way I'm going to be able to build up my fan base respectfully with people who actually care about my content and my sense of humor is to meet them halfway and talk to them through Discord. But I have a hard time being social sometimes. I'm going to only talk briefly about this, but my mom, she very much, is not a social butterfly. She only talks to people that she trusts, that she wants to talk to. And back in my days of being in elementary school and high school, I barely was able to talk to anyone. I had better odds in elementary school of making friends, but when high school happened, no way. When cliques were involved, that was it. I lost everyone who, thought of me as a friend. And part of that has to do with some of my habits, part of that has to do with stuff that I like, Pokemon being cringe, all that. But it also has to do with my very, very low-key disabilities. Something I try not to talk about too much, because when I start talking about stuff like this, I start going a little too far into it. To a point where it's like, I wish I didn't say any of this. Any of it. But, since I've already started it, I have a few little disabilities, IRL, and unfortunately that has landed me in a facility that has a lot more disabilities. Yeah, I know I'm talking about too much now. So, most of the people I have to talk to, I can barely relate to. Because I don't like to think of myself as a person that has disabilities. Because they're really, really low-key. But I'm in this fine middle line. Yep, we're going to talk about this after all. I'm in this fine middle line where it's like normal people think I'm weird. But people with more severe disabilities, I'm uncomfortable around. And that's just me talking. It's just, I just do not feel like I can, okay. I need to clear my head for a second, because this is getting too far in. I don't feel like I associate well with people with more severe disabilities. I have nothing against that, because that would just make me a hypocrite, honestly. But I don't feel like I associate with that crowd. But with the crowd I'm trying to associate with, I'm usually not respected. People are just like, oh, he's weird, he has a higher voice. True story. I went into a competition where I basically was talking about railroad safety. I used to play violin. I don't know how many people knew about this, but I used to play violin. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, when I get enough people to be interested. I brought my violin in on that competition, played Working on the Railroad, and basically acted like the ghost of Marley or something like that. I did not win, which is fine. I got like 3rd place. But somehow, I was able to hear a conversation, excuse me, with some other judges, like behind a door or something. And I swear they said that one person has a high voice. And I did not feel good. Let's just say that much. I did not feel good about that competition. It's like, you judged me, not based off my performance, but based on the pitch of my voice that didn't sound like a grown A adult. You didn't base my score on the performance I did. It's like some other person, I think, brought out a bunch of statistics. I mean, good for them, but to be judged not on your performance, but by how high your voice is. I did not like that. I did not like that one bit. So, it made me a lot more self-conscious about myself. Now, that's not to say that I want to change things about me. If anything, I want to change. I want to change how awkward I am. And maybe some jokes that I drill into the ground ad nauseum. But there's a lot of things I wouldn't change about myself. But that doesn't stop people from judging me on face value. And I just don't like that. I just really, really do not like that. So it's me trying to fit in. Oh, it's too late. It's me trying to fit in with a crowd that doesn't care to let me fit in. I'm stuck in the dead center of being part of a group of people who sometimes can't function in society, and being associated with someone who's normal, that might be working right now, have an office job or something. And I don't work. I've mentioned this story already, and I'm not going to mention it again. But at this point, I am not actively looking for a paid job. It is complicated in that way. Kind of has to do with the whole disabilities thing in a way. But it's just hard for me to be able to interact with regular people because they don't really associate with me being a regular person. Plus, maybe I have a few different interests that they would not care about. Like Pokemon. Like Nintendo. But it's kind of funny. It's like sometimes I try to go outside my comfort zone and try out something different. Such as Overwatch. I put the hashtag for Overwatch in my video, and no one gave a darn. No one cared at all. This was before Overwatch 2. No one cared at all. I feel like the one time that I've done that, where I've gotten the most views, the most interactions, is with Resident Evil 4. And yes, I will hopefully maybe come back to that. But unfortunately, there's going to be a few different changes. And it's bigger games like that, like Kingdom Hearts, where it just intimidates me. It's like, when I have to... Okay, let's just... let me just not be subtle about this. When I have to start over an entire project from the very beginning, it intimidates me. It bothers me that I have to do all these things all over again that I've already done. And it just makes me not want to do those things again. It just drives me away from the game. That's not a great habit for me to be... Oh, I'm in the wrong place again. That's fine. I'm close enough. Alright, this is gonna be the third attempt. It is already 12 o'clock, so I know I'm gonna be in trouble. For the record, it is easier to find shiny Pokemon in Legends Arceus. Because you have the massive mass outbreaks. And you hear a chime every time there's a shiny Pokemon. But I don't want to lean on just that game. I don't want to just be using that game for all my shiny encounters. Because eventually, that well's gonna run dry. I'm no longer going to be able to find any unique shiny Pokemon there if I keep playing that game. So it's important that I try to divert to other Pokemon games to find shiny Pokemon. Some of them are going to be harder than others, like Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, for example. But it's still important that I try to switch up which Pokemon games I play and try not to play the same ones like 2 to 3 days in a row, if at all possible. When I am desperate, when I am running out of time, when I don't hardly have any time to devote to Pokemon because I have to devote to other people, I feel like Legends Arceus is my go-to, my emergency setup. Because I have sometimes just caught 31 of the same Pokemon in Let's Go Eevee. And it waited for like over 3 to 4 hours and not gotten a single shiny Pokemon to show up. That's bad. That's really bad when that happens. So, I feel like Pokemon Legends Arceus is my Hail Mary.
So the less Pokemon that I can catch from that game that are shiny early into this challenge, the better. 365 different Pokemon I need to catch. I have 24 hours every single day to get the odds in my favor, which sometimes they're not. Again, I haven't failed it yet, but I've come really close. So it's important that I can try to find... I'm in the wrong area. That I can try to find a shiny Pokemon as soon as possible. And some days I'm just not able to do that. So I really want to find... Double check. Yeah. I really want to find a shiny Pokemon before I end this stream off. Like, really. Also, I still wanted Adrian to help me name my female shiny Dragonite. But he is no longer here, so rip the dream. I'll probably try to talk to him through Discord since I kind of opened that can of worms. I haven't logged on to Discord in months. But I was so desperate to see if I could get Adrian to show up here so I could celebrate his birthday, which, oops, that was yesterday, my bad. But to celebrate his birth date by catching a Pokemon that he really likes. And that hasn't worked. Not yet, anyways. I feel like the shiny Dragonite was gift enough in a way because he did confirm he had his birthday party the day before, so that was pretty cool. So it's a chance that if I find any shiny Pokemon, as long as I haven't caught it already, I'll just catch it. Golduck is included in that list of stuff I can't catch. Golduck was, again, another easy shiny I tried to go for. But not in Legends Arceus. Oh no. You saw where those Dratini were, where I go every time my sandwich goes out. That area spawns nothing but Dratinis and Golducks. And occasionally, a Vaporeon. That is the most broken area in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Broken in the best ways. That you can just keep getting Pokemon to spawn there. Dratinis and Golducks. Now, I already have a shiny Golduck, so if I find another one, I can't include that in my shiny, shiny per day thing. So I got a 50-50 chance that if I just let my shiny Oinkologne run amok in that area, there's a 50-50 chance that it'll either be a shiny Dratini or a shiny Golduck. And I don't want it to be shiny Golduck because that'll just be a waste of my time. I'll still catch it technically, depending on if I'm using Herba Mystica, because that's important. But... and maybe I am going about this wrong. Let me remind you guys. I want a shiny Dratini / Dragonair. Not for the shiny dex, not for the shiny per day. I want one as a Pokemon that I can just bring with me to other Pokemon games. I want it to be part of Team Revise, my main Pokemon teams. But the only shiny Dratinis I've ever been able to get most of the time are from Pokemon Go. There may be an exception with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Maybe I caught one earlier. Oh, there's also these.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind getting a shiny,
Cyclizar. But that wasn't necessarily the plan. Look at how many are spawning. It's kind of funny. This and one other area is the only place that Cyclizar show up. It's funny because this is the same, well, not exactly this area particularly, but around this area is the same place where I found a shiny Cyclizar show up unexpectedly, and it went right off a cliff and I chased right after it. If I had not noticed it was shiny, that would have spawned out and I would have missed out on a female shiny Cyclizar that nearly off-screened itself. But I'm still trying to get shiny Goomy. If I get shiny Cyclizar, great. That's one less Pokemon that doesn't show up all that often that I will have gotten a shiny for, but that wasn't the plan. In fact, my better plan was to maybe go back to that hollow water area and just let LeBabe go nuts trying to knock out Dratinis and Golducks and hope maybe I have that 50-50 chance of having a shiny Dratini pop up. If it's shiny Vaporeon, that will be absolutely hilarious and sad at the same time. But it just feels like maybe I should change my strategy here because Cyclizar are everywhere. Yes, I used to call him Cyclizer, but that doesn't make any sense since it's a cycle and a lizard. So Cyclizar, I almost had that. Yeah, I just getting these things to spawn way more than any of the other dragon Pokemon so far. So we might just go for that instead. Besides, it will be related to Caridon and Miraidon, and me and Adrian like both of those Pokemon, so that works out. Whoa, dear. I'm trying not to run into them because that's just gonna slow things down, and it's just kind of fun making this into a game. Like, don't run into the Cyclizer. How long can you avoid the obstacles? How long can you avoid the enemies charging every single direction? It's like a click and play game I made once upon a time ago. Yes, click and play. Something I probably haven't mentioned, but would love to somehow talk about and showcase someday, but I don't think it's gonna happen on my Windows 10/11. Also, can I talk about how I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to... Oh, hey! Sniperior, aka Superior Lover. He's playing Pokemon Violet. I hope he's looking for some dragons or snakies. Here, the snake doesn't start until tomorrow, so... we can catch one more dragon type as a shiny, even though I'm probably gonna catch more afterwards. That would be great. That'd be a great way to end off Year of the Dragon. Which I wish I'd done more with, but rip the dream. So, for Shiny Cyclizer, we are looking for a white, pearl-looking coloring. I guess I could go down here. What's that? Oh, I guess that was Grimer. Interesting. Or it could be Ditto, who knows? I'd have to bow it to find out, or I can just use my silly little visor thing to actually see what Pokemon it is. That's funny to me, that you can just zoom in on a Pokemon and tell whether or not it's a Ditto or Zorba. That's very hilarious. Even if the Pokemon doesn't look like that. So, I'm gonna waste some time doing this. Speaking of wasting time, Steenie! There shouldn't be a second one here. Go away. So, Drifloon, Drifloon, Drifloon. I'm pretty sure they're all Drifloons, maybe. Grimer, Drifloon. Meowth. Grimer. I'm not gonna get lucky, am I? Meowth again, only tiny. Grimer. Murkrow. Still the same Pokemon. Yeah, it's not being nice to me. Maybe if I had a normal type sandwich going on, maybe I would get them to show up. But the idea is that if there was a Ditto here, I could just use this. There it is! That's not a Murkrow, it's a Ditto. Case closed. That's just funny to me that I can do that. Well, back to getting Shiny Cyclizer now, I guess. I'm only gonna try this one more time, and that is gonna be me being super lazy and just having Oink alone run around in a bowl. Seeing if I maybe can get a Shiny Dratini to show up. I won't label the Dratini as, I can't think right now, as a Shiny per day selection until towards the end of the day, depending on if I can get any other Shine Pokemon. Doesn't have to be Goomy, I just wanted it to be, but I have a soft spot for Shiny Dratini and Dragonair. Even though I got a Shiny Dragonite, it's not good enough to me. I want the cute pink noodle, not the dark green dragon. Nothing against Shiny Dragonite. I've always preferred Dragonair to Dragonite, but I've warmed up the Dragonite quite a bit. It's just the shiny coloring is sometimes, depending on the game, too dark for me. I'm not all that crazy about Shiny Dragonite's coloring. But in the newer games, it's not as dark of a green, so that's nice. But I still like Shiny Dragonair more, and I want my own. So if I can finally get Dratini in this game, even though maybe I already got a Shiny Dratini in this game, I don't really remember. I haven't looked through my list of umpteen hundred Pokemon that need to go in the Pokemon homes. I still want to catch Dratini and make it my own. I still haven't come up with a nickname for her. Something I asked about on Twitter. Only got one response. It's like, It's a nice name, but it's a little too simple for my taste. Not that I want some complicated name like I've given many of my Pokemon. But it's kind of like my shiny, Latias. It's like, it's a miracle that I even found her to begin with, so I like the name Miracle. Miracle the Latias. I think that sounds great. That doesn't have to be a complicated name at all. So I kind of want to figure out a name kind of like that. But we'll just have to see. First I have to catch the shiny Dratini. First I have to find a shiny Dratini. And I'm nowhere close to doing that at all. Got less than 15 minutes to do this bit for. Need to make sure I'm looking everywhere on the screen. Sometimes there's a lot to look at in the screen. But it helps I know what a shiny looks like. It helps that I've already caught one. So, oops, I spawned that one out. Good thing it wasn't a shiny. That would have been bad. Excuse me. So, I think I'm done looking for shiny Goomy, other than maybe possibly trying to get one on Ultra Moon. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about one of the gimmicks I thought about maybe doing for my channel. This is a thing where it's like, originally this would be like a W2P extra Wii to beat thing. But the idea is to go on Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, catch a late Pokemon, a Pokemon that you find later in the game, and then use lures. And the goal is to get through as much of the world as I can without bumping into any single Pokemon. Because having 31 of a single Pokemon and using a max lure increases how many Pokemon show up in the overworld. So it would just be me trying to dodge all these Pokemon walking or running around. It's a silly concept that probably isn't all that creative, especially considering I have other ideas. But it's something I have thought about maybe doing. So, community question, you want me to do that? Let me know. I'm telling you, I have better odds of finding a single shiny Pokemon than Legends Arceus. At least I know I can find the shiny Pokemon Legends Arceus. Even though I have had outrageous luck on this game, sometimes I just have moments like this where it's like I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing everything correct, and yet nothing happens. It's just not my day. And considering I'm trying to get a shiny, you know, every single etc., that's not great for me. That's not great for me, spending hours doing the same thing, knowing that I'm doing everything right, but for RNG to just say, you're out of luck. I'm really afraid about how soon my shiny per day challenge is going to last. Because it's such a risky thing to do. It's a thing that takes a lot of time, and for me, energy. I only have so much energy, even though I sound hyper and excitable sometimes. I don't know if this is one of those times, by the way. Eventually, I just need to stop. I need to take time to myself and do something that is just gonna waste time. A lot of times that could be just watching YouTube videos, honestly. Just watch tons of YouTubers that are better than me and have way more viewers and a fan base. Not out of jealousy or malice, but just because I enjoy their content. They're really funny or very interesting to watch, depending on the content, depending on what's talked about. That can be a double-edged sword, though. I'm not going to say what it is, but yesterday, part of my bad day, I found out another thing no one else talked about that could be a potential leak for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm not gonna even hint at what it is. Maybe someday I'll admit to it after the Switch 2 Direct happens. But I'm not gonna hint at it until after that. Because it's something where it's like, no one else talked about this at all. So I could have went the entire next 3 months without knowing about it, without having an idea that, ooh, that could be a thing that could happen. But now it's not even a surprise to me now, if it is real. And I have a feeling it is very real. I feel like every single leak is real. From the people saying that the Switch 2 was going to look much like the Nintendo Switch, but bigger, to something that has to do with the Joy-Cons. And that's all I'm gonna say, so enjoy your day. I'm still playing, though. Jokes aside. The rain's killing my frame rate and my mood. Oh, now I'm surrounded. Leave me alone! Whoa. Nope, wrong button. Let me remind you guys, when I'm streaming things that are tedious, where I just don't have much things to talk about, it really hurts that I have to sit and be absolutely silent because I don't have anyone to speak to in the chat rooms. I really want to change that. I know we had a whole GIR thing that happened, but I really want to get back to trying to talk to people who watch my videos regularly when they pop up, and just be able to talk to them, communicate with them, find out what things they'd like to see me play, hear their opinions about some stuff. Heck, I'd even admit that I would love to hear people complain about my sound volume for my videos again, because at least that's something. So, less cyberbullying, more people communicating. I had that once, And I feel like with the right circumstances, I can have it again. I didn't get to almost 900 viewers by just being beside myself. Or even making quirky videos, or, you know, all those times that I recorded music from Super Monkey Ball Adventure and Wii Party. Preferably before anyone else, because that was the whole idea. It's like I already searched in the search bar whether or not I could find that music. It's like, oh, no one's uploaded it. Guess I'll use my channel to do that, because I had the equipment at one point. I no longer have that equipment. It is, dare I say, illegal. But it wasn't illegal when I first got it. I got it at a Best Buy, legitimately. It's just later on when people figured out how they could use that equipment to manipulate certain services, that's when it became illegal. So I was not in the wrong when I first got the unit. But if I were to try to look for it on eBay or Amazon, that would be slightly more questionable. Plus, I already tried to get it once, and the person who sold it to me either didn't test it out, or they lied straight to my face and got away with the money. Is that? Yes, that is. Shiny, 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 shiny. Should I go after it? What am I doing? Stupid. You're stupid, Benton. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It just disappeared. I hated that. Alright, well, thank goodness it's only level 25. I'd use a quick ball, but I'm out of those. And guess what? This is just easier. Crit capture on, repeat ball, boom! We got our shiny! Woo! Shiny Cyclizer! But I still want Dratini. So, that one... I will definitely... What am I doing? But... Okay. That was funny. At least one time. But I don't want that to happen again. Jan! 28! Shiny get! Also, it's 28th. There's a few of them where I forgot to add 2 more letters after the number, and I don't think I can go back and change that, so that'll be fun. But anyways, I got my shiny for the day, but I'm not done. I should be done, but I'm not. Told you guys, I really want shiny Dratini. I'm desperate for this. But I could maybe wait till tomorrow and then just go out of my way. I don't know, guys. I just know I want shiny Dratini for my team. It's not working well. Whoa. One of these days, I want to just go and try to catch giant and small Pokemon and see if I can get the biggest and smallest of them all. With the exception of Pokemon Legends Arceus, where, again, I tried to explain this. Any Pokemon that can be brought from that game to this game, we can get a giant up by just finding an alpha. So apart from that, I want to look for giant and small Pokemon at some point. Heck, there is another event I want to do, which will be way easier and interesting. that at some point I'll decide to do. I don't know when. I'm kind of thinking I wouldn't worry about until March, but I could be dead wrong about that. We'll just have to see. Okay, you know what? This is dumb. I'm just gonna do this now. Because I am nearly out of time. And I'm not sure spending another 30 minutes is in my best interest. I hope that wasn't shiny just now. I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure my eyes were playing tricks on me again. That's just something I have to deal with. I will also confirm I already got shiny Scyther. I was trying to get it in Pokemon Scarlet, but it ended up happening in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Lucky me. And I evolved that Scyther into a shiny... I forget again. Cleavor. Because Cleavor can only be gotten in Pokemon Legends Arceus, other than the 1 or 2 wild ones you can find in the DLC for this game. For the Indigo Disc. So I'm gonna ruin the raid thing again, but what my plan is to just have LeBabe run around until this sandwich... The horrible thing is I don't remember if I saved. Hold on. Hold on. I have to check this. It is, I don't remember if I saved. So, that one. Jan 28. Shiny Get. Also, it's 28th. There's a few of them where I forgot to add 2 more letters after the number, and I don't think I can go back and change that, so that'll be fun. But anyways, I got my shiny for the day. But I'm not okay, done. I did save. I should be... Thank goodness. Alright, we're gonna try this one more time because I said so. I already have shiny Cyclizer. I've already confirmed that I saved that. Oh hey, you're back. You just missed out on me getting shiny Cyclizer, so yay, I got a shiny. Give me a sec. I should be surrounded by Cyclizers now. At least temporarily. I'm gonna attempt this one last time, though. I want Dratini. I want shiny Dratini. So I'm gonna try this one more time. Yep, there she is. It's another girl. Very cool. So, no shiny Goomy, but we'll take this. We'll definitely take this. I accidentally just flew into this section. A bunch of, Cyclizers started running around. It's like, you know what? Maybe I might have better odds with this. And it took a while, but eventually I did. So, this is the last thing I'm gonna... Oh, wait. You're back. You need to give her a name. We need to name this Dragonite before the stream ends. Anything you want, I will nickname her that. But aside from that, I am going to risk 2 more Herba Mysticas one last time, even though I already wasted 2 of them to get that Shiny Cyclizer. I'm going to try it one more time and stick around this silly little bowl to see if I can either find a shiny Dratini or a shiny Golduck. Golduck would be the dud. I would still catch it, but it would be a dud. Shiny Dratini, the one Pokemon that keeps avoiding me in Let's Go Pikachu. Same. Remember, I tried to go after that, and then to try to, reset my counter, I went into the electric building factory, whatever it's called, the power plant, and I found shiny Voltorb. That kind of hurt, but it was still kind of cool that I was able to find anything. Oh, for the love of Pete. There, now I'm near the giant metal ant that might try to kill me. I'll see if I can remember what said ant's name is. What was it? Needle? I'm not thinking of the ant. Okay. I can't think right now. One of these days, I'm gonna have to try to remember all these names. That's not going to be easy for me. Let's see. Female shiny Dratini for lore purposes. Actually, that's the same thing. I want it to be female as well. Maybe the heart pick will weigh my odds. So this is the last sandwich I'm making. This is the last 30 minutes for the stream. It's already been over 2 hours. Which is slightly impressive, even though I've made longer streams. But considering I have a lot of stuff I still need to do today, I cannot hang around and keep doing this. Wait a minute. Was pickles what I wanted? No. It was onions I needed. Oops. I knew I was looking at that ingredients like, wait, that doesn't look like what I've been using. Gosh dang it. Alright, let's try it again. Cue the Cyclizers. Alright, hopefully I will catch you a little bit later, Adrian. Maybe you can let me know what gifts you got for your birthday when you come back. He's probably already gone. Hi. Hi, all y'all. Hi. Alright, I'm just gonna make my sandwich here so we can save a teeny bit more time, kind of. Maybe a shiny Cyclizer will just show up and say hi. Alright, last time. Sandwich. Go! Tomato. Onion. Green bell pepper. 2 avocados. And hamburger. Magical heart pick, which for some reason looks smaller than it did just a few minutes ago. Let's do this. This is my last chance. I at least got a shiny Pokemon for the day. I'm glad about that. But I am desperate for that Dratini. If it doesn't happen today, fine. I still have tomorrow. You know, during the year of the snake. Yes, it's a dragon type, but it's also serpentine. So, whatever. That's my choice. So, my deadline is to try to get Dratini, tomorrow. But I might as well try to see if I can outweigh those odds today. Even though that almost makes no sense. Okay, I'm sure that was fine. I'm sure that still works out. Let's find out. Oh, jeez. I'm still technically trying to see if I can get Goomy to show up on Pokemon Ultra Moon. But it almost kind of defeats the whole purpose now. Alright, we're good. I've got 30 minutes to try to make this happen. And all I'm gonna be doing is staying in one single space. Herba Mystica, do not fail me. It is hard to get a hold of that stuff. So I want it to benefit me. I also would like to still get a... I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna continue until I can remember it. There's winged, there's iron, it's not iron. It's not Screamtail. Roaring Moon. If I can somehow get a shiny Dratini before the sandwich runs out, I will attempt to find a shining Roaring Moon, which I have never been able to do because this game hates me sometimes. I have been trying for a long time to make it happen. And game is like, nope, not this time, not that time, not any time. I've gotten more of the prehistoric Among Us Pokemon, aka Brute Bonnet, to show up. As well as Sneasel, Sableye, and Gibble and Gabite. I've gotten quite a few shinies to show up for them sometimes on a good day, but I have never, ever been able to get a Roaring Moon as a shiny Pokemon. So a lot of this is just trying to wait for LeBabe to knock out their teenies and then just to kind of look around and, what are you doing? Why are you like this? There's plenty around. To micromanage, make sure she's knocking out Dratinis and eventually Golducks and probably some Vaporeons. And hope that a shiny pops up. Now, I was saying I want shiny Dratini, but as I already kind of stated and hinted towards earlier, I want it to be a shiny female Dratini. That's going to make the odds way worse. So, getting a shiny male Dratini is not going to be good enough for me. Which sucks, but... hey, I've got my own personal preferences, so... whether or not you think role-playing is cringe or not, I already kind of have her as a canon spot for my RPs, and already have thought of the nature of her and her backstory. So, in my headcanon, the Dragonair has to be female. It has to be. I'm fine with make exceptions in spin-off games like Pokemon Go. The Pokemon being a different gender, such as my shiny Bidoof being a male instead of a female. But when it comes to mainline Pokemon games, aside from the nature, which has cost me some really, really good Pokemon in the past, I just want the gender to be correct. I can always use, mints to change, what the personality is, but that's far less important to me. Size also kind of matters, but... like, I think my shiny Charizard should be a little more larger than average. But the Charizard that I first got, the shiny Charizard I got from Unova, I'm gonna keep no matter what. It's just a bad, it's just bad luck, bad case scenario, that it just is smaller than the average Charizard. Well, when the next game comes out that I can bring my Charizard on, and I feel like Z-A is going to be that, I can just hatch, or not, well, hatch or find another shiny Charmander that is a bigger size, and leave them on this game while bringing my actual shiny Charizard that I've had all my life, or ever since I caught it, be in any of the other newer games. It's the same thing with Pokemon Sword and Shield. I was gifted a shiny Gigantamax Charizard. Now, is that technically Daint? I mean, it says it's Daint, but that's not the shiny Charizard that I got from Unova. It's a shiny Charizard that I got from Galar. But that Charizard will stay on that game because that's still representing Daint, and it's still letting me use a Gigantamax shiny Charizard, something I can no longer do with my original Daint, now that he is moved to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's basically all I wanted to say there. You know what? Golduck's not even showing up. It's nothing but Dratinis. I guess since, this is a commonly found Pokemon, it's outweighing, the encounter rate with Golduck. Which is great! That means I don't even have to worry about Golduck showing up. I don't know about Vaporeon. Maybe Vaporeon may show up. And again, it'll be very, hilarious if a shiny ends up spawning. So that will be full odds apart from the shiny charm. It's weird when I say full odds because I feel like full odds is more so something that usually would be more the case if you don't have an advantage with getting a shiny Pokemon. And one of those advantages would be the shiny charm. My shiny Lechonk was full odds. I had barely even started the game. I was only a few hours in and didn't even go to Naranja Academy. before I got shiny Oinkalone. Well, shiny Lechonk first. She evolved into Oinkalone later on. But with shiny Klefki, that was a really incredible find because that was the first Klefki I came across in Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC. But I can't say it was full odds because I still had a shiny charm. It's just, it happened to be a shiny Klefki. But I'm sure those odds, I'm sure that wouldn't have happened unless I had shiny charm. You see what I'm talking about here? Am I just overthinking it like I overthink a lot of things? Because I tend to do that a lot of times. Well, it's at least nice to know that I don't have to worry about Golduck spawning. That's definitely a plus. Now, there's certain games where if I'm going to try to find shiny Dratini the same day I capture it, there's only so many chances of that happening. I don't like my odds in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, even though I somehow lucked out with Dragonite, because it could have just been a shiny Spearow. That's what I was going to low-key look for, was a shiny Spearow. It could have been that, it could have been shiny Charizard, it could have been another shiny Rattata. It doesn't matter. I just lucked out and it ended up being a Dragonite. I was never guaranteed a shiny Dragonite. Much like Dratini! Okay, wait. Don't save. It's female! Yay! I mean, I didn't save, but yes! She's right there, guys! Oh yeah, I got 3 Master Balls I'm not doing anything with. I have an idea of what I could use them for, but it wouldn't be on this game. Okay, Love Ball would be nice. Love Ball would be really nice. But, I'm paranoid. I don't think Dratini has any moves that's gonna, make it deplete her HP or make her faint. But I want to make sure I don't screw this up because the odds of this even happening were only so good. So I'm gonna switch to Mew. I have to lower Dratini's HP all the way to 1 if I'm gonna get a Love Ball to work. Cause, alright, hold up. Pokemon move Dragon Rush. Okay, so I don't think it causes recoil damage. I'm also going to use Thunder Wave because of course I would. Although, it might not even matter because Dratini probably has Shed Skin, so in 2 turns, she might not be paralyzed anymore. Oh cool, it's raining. Are you trying to summon the Goomy that's not going to show up on my freaking Pokemon Ultra Moon game? Is that your plan? Alright, let's not waste any more time. I'm catching this thing, no matter what. This is my Dratini. This will be my Dragonator. The sooner I catch it, the sooner I can go after Roaring Moon. Knock on wood, it's probably not gonna find it. it. Oh, no. No, but I want you in the love ball! I love you like a love song, baby. So please don't do this to me. No! Whatever, I can get more love balls later, I guess. Dream ball, maybe. That's also pink. This is a terrible way for me to be wasting these rare balls, but... she's special to me. Besides, the crit capture charm, whatever that's called, the catch charm, hopefully can and should activate at some point. There we go! Alright, not a love ball, but she's still a dream, so I will count it. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy. I still need to name her, though. So it started off slow, but I've achieved what I wanted. I have definitely achieved my main goals. And while I could spend more time, farming for Dragonite scales. One, I already maxed out on that, and two, I want to place my odds in something much more fulfilling if it could happen. And I've done this for a while. I've tried to get a shining Roaring Moon for far too long. But hey, maybe stream luck. So for the next 15 minutes, here we go! I might even change the music so we can listen to more of the AI professors. Gosh, I said AI. In a Pokemon game. It's easier to just, call them... something. They're called something, or no. Androids? I guess androids. But maybe AI Professor has a better sound to it. I just don't like the letters A and I together anymore. It's not necessarily about just AI in general, because there's AI in how computer players interact and compete against yourself in games. I was even getting into a little bit of AI, low-key, with this one application I no longer use. And let me just point out the dog in the dog house. Doug uses a lot of different AI things that are really funny to watch him use. But here is my gripe. I feel like AI is being manipulated to be sold to the public and used in these high-end projects that just makes it scummy. It just makes the whole thing scummy. Do you want to go to a theater, which barely anyone goes to theaters anymore, do you want to go and sit down in a seat for like 2 hours to watch an AI generated film I don't know about you guys, but excuse my language, hell no. I will not see a single AI film. I absolutely hate people using money to manipulate audiences by using AI. I hate that so much. Plus, as a self-taught artist who is never going to get a penny for his work, because it's mostly cartooning and looks childish, I couldn't stop that one. I cannot stand the idea of other people's art, people who have made art, who have put in the effort and the skills, either having their art stolen through AI, or people being so paranoid about AI that it's either taking money away from those artists, or people are claiming and harassing others for using AI when they didn't. That's awful. That's so awful. And why I don't want to even begin to talk about presidents, let's just say. I will not support a single AI thing Trump greenlits. Not a single damn one. Look, I try to be nice and PG, sometimes PG-13 sometimes. But there are some things that absolutely upset me to a point where I cannot, I have to just be open about it. I have to say, this is not right, and just express my full feelings. Once again, wearing my emotions on my shoulders. Sometimes it got me into trouble. When I feel passionate about something, good, bad, or otherwise, I feel the need to mention it. And if I'm going to mention it, I'm going to mention it to other people. I'm not just going to go to my brothers and say, oh, well, this game is so dumb, and here's all the reasons why. It's like, I'm going to mention it to other people. Tell them my thoughts, how I feel about it, and weigh in with other people. Maybe my opinions can be wrong. Maybe they're a little misguided. But I'll say this much, if I'm wrong about something, I'll admit to it. I am hinting towards my brother again. I'll let you take a guess which one. Because I won't say his name out loud this one single time. But unlike him, I want to share my opinions online with other people that may or may not feel the same way as me. Like, who here is going to be that interested, that devoted, to invest in a PS5 Pro, which is $700, and doesn't include the drive to play disc games, because I guess physical media is cringe or something. I don't know, don't care. Physical media is important, especially when we are talking... See, I'm passionate about these things, guys. Especially when it comes to digital media being changed and manipulated by other people. Now, here's the thing. there are patches for other physical games. So, maybe you find some kind of trick in a Mario Kart game. Let's just pretend if Mario Kart 7 was brought to the Nintendo Switch and everyone did that stupid, Woohoo Mountain, Woohoo Trail, whatever it's called, the second Isle Woohoo stage. They all did the same. Cobalt, are we fighting or not? Considering you're an ice type, you are gonna take less damage from these strong ancient dragons. So I need you to hit the ancient dragons. Which is not doing much for me with trying to find a shiny. Except be able to clear out some of the Pokemon. I could just run around and try to spawn other Pokemon to show up, but that hasn't worked out so well. So I might as well just get some experience points from my other Pokemon. That way, when I don't find a shiny... I mean, I'm already using the Herba Mystica, so I'll probably save after the recipe runs its course. Which is, geez, 5 minutes from happening. Rip the dream. What? Wow, my finger must have slipped on that button. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna try something different. I barely have any time. Anyways, physical media versus digital media. It's true that patches can be added to physical media. So that shortcut you guys were taking on the Woohoo Island track that cuts, like, a good 75% of the racetrack out. Nintendo could patch that out. So, regardless, if you download the latest update, you will no longer be able to use that. And since you have to go online, you have to always be using the latest update. That's different from Nintendo suddenly deciding, oh, we don't like Mario Kart 7 anymore. Let's take it off of the eShop entirely and never resell it. So I'm basically referencing things like PT. You're not gonna see me play PT because I don't have a way to play PT, but I'm still kind of referencing it. That is a game that was, or a demo per se, that was made by Square Enix. That because, was it Square? No, it's Konami. Wrong one. Made by Konami. No. The best. But anyways, Konami never wants to acknowledge that ever again. Even though that was a good product, they have wiped it from all digital media. And the only way anyone can play it is if they had already downloaded it and never took it off their unit to begin with. That's just one example. There are examples of full-fledged games that have been made. Now, if we were to talk about Nintendo, we could talk about eShop games, such as, let's just say Pokemon Rumble, because we're still talking about Pokemon, we're playing Pokemon. You can no longer play the one Pokemon Rumble game where you could find shiny Pokemon in the overworld and then have to put a password for only a few shiny Universe starters in the Wii U one. But you can no longer get that Pokemon game to this day. And that goes the same for like Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. We can no longer play the online mode for Kid Icarus Uprising. Stuff like that. But there are whole entire games that are just suddenly taken off the face of the earth. Just because of petty reasons. And if you don't own a physical version of that game, they can take the thing you paid for and download to your system and erase it. That is BS. Absolute bullshit. To pay money to purchase a product you may be interested in, for better or for worse, and then to have that product be nuked off the face of the planet, where you can never get it ever again, or even get a refund for the product you paid for, is the worst thing I can think of in this time and age in the video game industry, other than employees being treated badly, stuff like that. I cannot believe that physical media is being phased out. But on top of that, for the risk of digital media to either be changed or to be erased, to be Thanos snapped. And for the people, the consumers who put their time and money into it, to not get anything out of it, to just lose their funds entirely, I will never support that. I will never, ever, ever say that's an okay thing to do. It's like paying... Okay, this is a light example, but it's also me being very much upfront about how I feel about things. It is like paying for HBO Max for all your fun little Cartoon Network shows, and then having them taken down one after another, never to be put back up ever again. To have stuff like Infinity Train never be available to the public. Something other people put time, effort, heart, and money into, to just be wiped off the face of the earth. People put money and effort into that. Warner Brothers, I have beef with you now. I have beef that you took a Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, mostly Wile E. Coyote movie, and you sold it just so you could pay off your debt to your stupid app. That's what I think happened. I think it was a tax write-off because they weren't getting enough money from this stupid Max app that put them under. I don't want to sound like and be associated with like the angry video game nerd. I don't even watch his videos. But when something upsets me, I need to mention it. And I'm sorry I'm mentioning it in a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet one-off stream, but I needed to mention it. There are things happening in my life and in this world that are not okay. Some of the stuff is harder to discuss in public, but I want to be open about this whole AI thing and the whole physical versus digital media thing, because those are things that I see right now, currently, presently in this time, that could affect me, that I am not okay with. I'm just absolutely not okay with. So, sorry I could bring that up in the Pokemon game. Next time, maybe I will play something like Super Mario Odyssey. That's another thing I've been wanting to do. Until then, and until my next videos, thanks for watching. I will figure out this whole Discord thing at some point. It was supposed to be a surprise, but F it. If you watch this video, then you deserve to hear about it. So until then, till my next videos, till everything else that happens in this year, hopefully me getting to 1,000 subscribers, that's going to depend on you. This has been Wii2PLAY. I got nothing left to say, so I hope you enjoy your day. Take care out there, and I'll catch ya later.